Ramen, born in Japan and taking the world by storm.
No ramen, no life.
I love ramen.
Ramen is so amazingly so.
2013. America. 305 shops. France. 36 shops. Australia. 56 shops. To say that ramen is the Japanese dish getting the most attention is not an overstatement.
We love ramen!
But while we were overseas getting the scoop on the ramen scene, we had a shocking revelation. The thing is,
ramen is a soup dish.
That for the locals, ramen seems to be regarded as a soup dish. That's right, and the noodles are taken as lightly as chashu pork or bamboo shoots. But how? How on earth could ramen be a soup dish? The reason lies in the way that ramen is eaten in these countries. A way that's decisively different from how it's eaten in Japan. That's right, most foreigners don't slurp their ramen. And that's precisely why it's thought of as a kind of soup. Well then, let's take a look at why the Japanese slurp and why foreigners do not. This is going to take some serious work to fix. Here's our emergency fix. Why don't you slurp your noodles? We interviewed 100 foreigners to see why. Reason number 3.
When you eat ramen,
yes.
you slurp?
No, I don't know how to.
You don't know how to slurp.
Maybe we are not used to it.
Now this number presents a fundamental problem. 15 of the 100 answered they didn't know how to slurp. Number 2.
I think that slurping it makes it a splash more, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe I'll get it on my shirt.
Yeah, I prefer not to slurp because it makes I have to wash my clothes again.
Number 2. Because my clothes will get dirty. And that's a hard one for Japanese, who slurp at every sitting, to imagine. And finally, 60 out of 100 foreigners answered with the obvious, making it reason number 1.
In Japanese culture, it's the polite thing to do, right?
Right.
It's funny because in the Spanish culture,
not only in the Spanish,
it's the opposite. Slurping is the unpolite thing to do.
Oh, so it's impolite.
Impolite? Yeah.
Impolite, yeah.
slurping is considered impolite.
Overwhelmingly, and from all over the world, because slurping is a breach of good manners. Be it a difference in culture, there must be another reason why only the Japanese slurp their noodles. So we went ahead and asked 100 Japanese the same question. Let's see what all you foreigners think about it. First reason, ranking in 3rd.
なぜすすりますか？
僕猫舌なんですけど、すするとなんか冷える気がします。
暑いからですね。空気と一緒にこうすすりながら冷ましながら食べる。
Noodles are slurped as a countermeasure for burns. Ramen is piping hot, and if you wait too long, the noodles get soggy. Thus, they need to be eaten in fast order. And reason number 2?
よりスープが絡んで美味しくなるというか、
すすって食べた方が美味しく感じます。
スープを一緒に吸い上げるような感じ。そうすると方が美味しい感じるからですかね。
Nearly half of the Japanese interviewed replied, slurping adds to the taste experience. It's more delicious this way. And finally, the reason that tops them all, at number 1.
なんでラーメンをすすって食べるんですか？
わかんないね。なんでですか？あんまり気にしたことない。
生まれつきすすってたからよく。わかんないです。
The answer is, there is no reason. It's just so commonplace for Japanese people to do it that way. The number 1 reason is cultural. Put that aside. Let's re-examine reason 2. Could it really be true that slurping noodles boosts the flavor experience? We found a person with his own ideas about good flavor and slurping. His name is Koji Imajo, a dentist running his own clinic in Kagawa Prefecture. Huh? Ramen? Dentist? How do those relate? As it turns out, Dr. Imajo is an oral myofunctional therapy specialist, researching and administrating therapy to improve muscular function in the oral region. One day, he realized that there is a close relationship between the muscular movements in the mouth during slurping and how that changes the taste of food.
ラーメンをすするとラーメンの味が格段に美味しくなります。格段に美味しくなります。
It goes something like this.
まずラーメンをすする時には呼吸が大切になります。ラーメンをすするという行為をする時には麺とかスープを口の中に留めて鼻から息を出すっていう呼吸ができないとラーメンをすすれないんです。
Dr. Imajo paid close attention to how he was breathing. The act of slurping makes it impossible to release air through your nose while something's in your mouth. This breathing technique holds the very secret for making ramen delicious.
ラーメンをすすりましてスープをすすります。そこは当然味覚で感じるところなんですが、そこは先ほど言いましたように空気を鼻から出すっていうところで嗅覚を使うことによって薬味なりスープの味なりっていうのをこの鼻とかで感じることができます。ラーメンはやはりすするという行為をすることによって格段に美味しくなります。
Ramen without slurping merely gives your tongue a taste experience. But slurping adds a whole new taste dimension to that by giving your nose a taste experience as well. But wait. This is still an unacceptable thing to ask of someone who considers eating boisterously against all etiquette. Here's what Dr. Imajo has to say about that.
ソムリエの方とかワインの飲み方見てましたら、この舌の上にワインを残してゴロゴロっとしながら空気とそのワインの香りを混ぜて酸化させることによって嗅覚を使ってワインの味等を感じてるっていうのをお聞きしましたので、この部分で言いますとラーメンをすするというところ同じことではないかなと思います。
Loud slurping when eating ramen is not too much different from what goes on with wine tasting. While eating noisily is a breach of manners for cultures of the West, slurping loud is good manners for ramen culture. It allows for better taste. The doctor even gave us a few pointers on how foreigners who don't know how can practice slurping. Call it Dr. Imajo's How-To Crash Course in Slurping. Step 1.
ステップ1はエアすすりになります。勢いよく空気を吸うということで口元を少しすぼめます。そして鼻からだけ息を出す。
All together now.
必ず口をすぼめて勢いよく吸った空気を鼻からだけ出しましょう。できたでしょうか。
Step 2.
ステップ2は水すすりとなります。先ほどの空気だけではなく今度スープをイメージしてやっていきます。勢いよく音を立ててと吸いまして鼻からだけを息出すんですが、その時に口の中に水はとどめておきます。
Everybody all together.
鼻から水を出した後に水を飲みましょう。もう一度やってみます。これを繰り返しさせてもらいます。これができれば日本人と同じように麺がすすれます。
Okay, so there we have it. Now let's show this clip to someone who's never slurped noodles before. Here's an Italian lady. Let's see if she's up for the challenge.
Okay, I will. It's difficult. What? I can't.
No. Though it might be easy enough to comprehend the idea, it seems quite difficult for someone who's never experienced slurping.
I can't.
For advice, we turned to Jimmy. He was shop manager at Ikemen Hollywood and was once himself much like these foreigners. He didn't know how to slurp.
So you would grab, not so much noodles, but a little bit of the noodles.
This is too much?
No, that's enough. Well, just try with small, a little bit.
Small?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Jimmy's tip number 1. Foreigners not familiar with handling chopsticks should try taking smaller amounts of noodles to start out.
You don't have to be so shy.
I'm not shy and I can do it. It's different.
No. This is a sound that's very common in almost, well, the noodle culture. So it's almost saying that if it tastes good, you have to show the people that it's good. If you go to a noodle house, usually you can hear the sound.
So the noise means they
Yes, it's good. Otherwise, you wouldn't be making so much noise.
No.
Jimmy's tip 2. Remove any association of slurping with vulgarity and just go for it without shame.
Don't be shy. Go for it.
With those tips, we go under the supervision of Jimmy with a 5-minute ramen slurping challenge.
Very good. Very good. A lot better. I think you're getting a lot better.
And she pulled it off. Here's what she had to say after having slurped for the first time.
When you slurp the ramen, susuru, it's much better. You can taste everything from the ramen, the smell, the taste, everything is together, so it's amazing. So let's slurp.
The taste is markedly better when slurping. Shin-Yokohama Ramen Museum.